Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you if this game's worth their time and bandwidth. Today's game is Riders Spirits. A long-lost Super Mario Kart clone finally makes it to the West. Does it stand a ghost of a chance in 2024? Let's find out. Riders Spirits is a 1994 Super Famicom, aka Super Nintendo racing game with visuals in the style of Super Mario Kart. And for any of you youngins watching this who've only played Mario Kart 8, this is what the first Mario Kart game actually looked like. Behold, cutting-edge graphics in 1992. Anyway, the game has been translated and released in the West by Radelikia, complete with modern stuff like save state, rewinds, and a scan of the box art manual. The game itself, while looking like Mario Kart, actually plays fairly different. There's 8 different characters, all in some kind of two-wheeled vehicle, from BMX bikes to Harleys and scooters, and each character has different stats around handling, acceleration, top speed, and how well they ride on dirt. Pro tip, just always pick Scott the Woz here. Driving is arcadey, but not in a kart style, if that makes any sense. You have usual movement controls around acceleration and braking, but you can also lean into turns using the shoulders, which is crucial as taking a turn full speed without leaning can cause you to spin out. You're also given 3 boosts per race to be used at your leisure, though they only work if you're on asphalt or dirt. You can't use them like mushrooms in Mario Kart to boost cheat over rough terrain. Since there's no position map like Mario Kart, in single player you're reliant on your rear view in the top half of the screen to identify upcoming racers. It's a rare instance where I actually use the rear view mirror in a racing game like this. There are items, but they only appear in a pit stop by the finish line, meaning you can sacrifice some position to get them. They also can only be used conditionally, making them often not worth grabbing versus the AI, though they definitely love using it against you. All this means that precision driving, learning courses, and knowing when to boost is critical, which is good because the game's AI on harder difficulties can be pretty brutal. You have 15 tracks total across 5 different biomes. Each Grand Prix is all 5 biomes within that difficulty, and while more variety like Mario Kart would have been nice, the tracks do change enough that they feel unique even if they look kinda samey. There are also time trials where you race against your best time, and endurance where you try to finish the race without running out of gas, which is a true test of your driving skills. And of course there's 2-player mode where the real fun is, which has its own variant of chicken in lieu of battle. And that is Racer Spirits, an older but still strategic retro racing game, freshly translated and ready for next gen. So what I like about Riders Spirits? Well, the racing is really solid here, with a focus on control and smart driving rather than using items as a crutch, making the game on harder difficulties a tricky but engaging challenge. Additionally, I like the variety of maps, and while more biomes would have been nice, the stages have an excellent ramp up in complexity as you ascend the pre-difficulties, making me want to re-race the harder ones to try and master their many shortcuts. And lastly, the emulation here is perfect, with no slowdown, really sharp 4K visuals of giant pixels, and the usual Radelikia quality of life stuff. When it comes to the bat, this game's balance is just all over the place. I picked the Leather Daddy Harley rider for my first go, and he absolutely sucks. Then switched to Scott the Woz, and completely destroyed the beginner race. Characters don't feel balanced at all. Power-ups suffer a similar fate. Grenade mines are easy enough to avoid, but the most annoying power-up is Darkness, which is Squid Ink in Mario Kart, but on steroids. It blacks your whole screen except obstacles, and the AI loves to use it on you. It will kill your race. And lastly, this game is a lot less smooth than its contemporary Mario Kart, with racing feeling more choppy, which I assume is just a lower frame rate. Considering its visuals aren't that much better than Mario Kart, it's surprising how different the two games feel. As you know, I rate games here on a 3-point scale: must play, maybe consider, and don't bother. And Rider Spirits is a fun and engaging Mode 7 retro racer, with some great tracks and solid strategy, even if its balance is wonky. The Grand Prix is a ton of challenging retro fun, and it shines in 2-player with a like-minded aged gamer. If you enjoy this era of racing game and want to have some nostalgia overload, Rider Spirits is absolutely worth checking out. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have you heard of Rider Spirits? Are you old enough to have played Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo? Please let me know in the comments so we can all feel old together. Regardless, if you enjoy retro racers, maybe go give Rider Spirits a look.